Welcome to Algebra 1 Honors. This is lesson 8-4, slope-intercept form of a linear equation. Now, you already know how to graph a line. We did that in a previous lesson. So to save a little bit of time, I have already drawn my little T-chart here. We have three different lines here. The blue line, the red line, and the black line. Sounds like the subways in London. Okay? They're all color-coded. And I found already two ordered pairs for each line. So 3, 5, you put in a 3 for x here and a 5 for y there. It makes this equation true. You put in a 6 for x and a 7 for y. It makes that equation true. So I've done a little bit of work for you already. I've found the 2 points for each line and I've plotted them over here. So we have our blue line, our red line, and our black line already plotted, just to save a little bit of time, because you've done that in a previous lesson. Now we need to find what our slope and our y-intercept is for each of these lines. So let's start with the blue line. Okay, and you've already done slope. So slope, we draw our little right triangle here. There's our little right triangle. And slope is the rise, the up and down motion, from one point to the next, over the horizontal motion. It tells you how steep the line slants. Okay? So the vertical change from 5 to 7 is up 2. And from 3 over to 6 is plus 3. So the slope of this line is going to be positive 2, because that's the vertical change, over positive 3. Let's fill that in over here. Positive 2/3. And its y-intercept is simply where it crosses the y-axis, the number or the coordinate, which happens to be 3 right here. And now let's do the red line. Okay, the red line, let's draw our little right triangle here. And our vertical change, we're going from -5 down to -6. So our vertical change is a -1, and we're going from 0 over to 2. So that's a positive 2. We're going in the right direction. So our slope here is -1, because it's the vertical, over the horizontal, positive 2. Our slope is -1/2. And our y-intercept, that line crosses at -5. Now let's do the black line. Okay, the black line here, draw our right triangle, right there. Our vertical, we go from 5 up to 7, that's plus 2. And we go from 0 to 1, that's over 1. So our slope there is positive 2 over positive 1, or just positive 2. And our y-intercept, let's see, our y-intercept there is 5. All right, we can look at our crossing point there, and that coordinate is 5. Now, you look back over here and say, oh, well, I had a really nice pattern going until I hit the black line. Right? For the blue line and the red line, the slope was very simply the coefficient, the number in front of the x. 2/3 here, -1/2 here, and the y-intercept was that last constant, that last number, plus 3, -5. And then I hit the black line and uh-oh, it didn't work. So, what's different? Your eyes should be telling you something very critical here. That this equation's not in the same format or the same form as these two up here. These both have one y over here all by itself. No x's over here, no numbers over here, just one y. We don't write the 1. Okay, and one y here. So let's see if we can change this equation into this format and see if that preserves our pattern there. So the first thing we're going to do, get this so we have some space, is I'm going to move the 4x to the other side. So we're going to add 4x to both sides. That gives us 2y equals positive 4x over here when I add it, plus 10. Now I'm still not quite in the right format because I want 1y, not 2. So we divide everything by 2. And then we get y equals 2x plus 5. Oh, happy day, happy day. There's our pattern back again. So when I have 1y over here, my slope is going to very simply be the coefficient or the number in front of my x term. And my y-intercept is going to be that last constant, including the sign, plus or minus. Here it's positive 5, up here it's negative 5. Okay? And that's what the slope-intercept form is. So it should help you to draw an equation very rapidly because, let's try that. Let's do another red equation here. What if we had y equals 3/4 x plus 1? Okay, well that's in the right format. I have 1y over here all by himself. So here's my slope, 3/4, and here's my y-intercept, positive 1. So to draw this line is really simple. I go over to my y-axis and I put a dot on plus 1, right here, dot. Now to find another point on that line so I can connect them and draw it, I go to my slope and say, okay, I got to go up 3 and over 4. Remember, the top number is up and down, the bottom number is left and right. Put my pen there and I go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then over 4. Bingo, right there. Connect my 2 points, and that's my line. Okay? So not only is slope-intercept important to tell you very quickly the slope and the y-intercept of your line, but if you have to draw it, you can draw it very rapidly. You put a dot on the y-intercept, put your pen there, and then go up or down this many and left or right this many. Okay? Very simple. So very powerful form of an equation.